Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. Finally, right? Finally, I get around to reviewing Repo. There must be like, what, 5, 6 other reviews out there already. I spent a little more time playing with mine. Yeah, I took mine through the weekend, wanted to see everything I could do with it, and wanted to give you my fair and honest and unbiased opinion. This is Repo from Tobias Dostal and Murphy's Magic Supplies. You can pick this up from your very favorite Murphy's Magic dealer for 60 bucks. And you saw the box, right? Saw the packaging. It's not too big, not too small. The items inside, though, however, very small, very small. You're very tiny, tiny, tiny little things. This could have been in a ring box, like from a jewelry box. Like you could stick everything inside of an engagement ring box, like it would all fit inside that. But before all that, let me tell you exactly what happens in this. This is kind of like a transpo effect, okay? You'll start off with a key, perhaps. I think the main routine starts off with a key. You can even like pull it off of your keychain. You got this tiny little key. And then over here where there's nothing, you make a chain appear. And there's clearly distance between the two objects. They're not touching. You can put the key down into your hand. And as you lower the chain in and pull it back out, the two will be attached, okay? You'll see them both attached. And then you can pull them apart, and then one by one make each one vanish back into the ether. The chain vanishes, the ring vanishes, and you are left where you started with nothing. And of course, Tobias is going to teach you several different alternate handlings, different ways to do this depending on your flavor. And best of all, the tutorial is also in Japanese, it's also in German, and it's also in Spanish. That's awesome. More of that, please. More multicultural teachings, right? The world, I think, needs to evolve to the point where our tutorials are in more than one language, and the currency that we use is more than just what we use in the USA. We want to encourage magicians in other countries, and so big, huge props to Tobias and Murphy's for doing this. So obviously you think, okay, in the box I'm going to get a key and a chain. That is true. You will get those objects. And you're going to get more than that. So you're going to get an actual key on a chain, a permanent one, right, that doesn't come off. It's a loop with a key that you can hand out to be examined. You're also going to get the looped chain without the key, right, because you need that. And then you'll get 2 keys off of the chain, a pair of keys. One was legitimate and one is a gimmick. And then you'll get the special magical item that'll enable you to do all the effects. So is it what I thought? No, I had 2 guesses, okay? I had 2 guesses. You probably do too. My first guess was clothing restrictions. You understand? No clothing restrictions. So it's not that. My second guess was maybe some sort of magician's assistant. Not that either. So that is not what's going on. What's going on is something more smaller, a bit smaller, and a bit more invisible. A bit smaller and a bit more invisible. If I were going to equate this, because I've never seen anything like this before, first off, okay? So if you're asking, is it this or is it this? This is new to me. I don't have words to describe this. But if I were going to compare it to something else, I would say it's like a raven, but without sleeves. It's a sleeveless raven. Sleeveless raven, maybe? And without the back and forth. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It feels like a raven routine. You know, you're making metal objects appear and disappear and transpose. It kind of is. It kind of is. But a very small, invisible, undetectable raven. Yeah. Is it well made? They are very lightweight objects. You have probably seen both of these objects in real life. So the little chain is one of those very decorative necklace chains that if you were to hold it by your fingertips and just go like that, you would break it. Like it is that, when you hold it in your hands, you will not feel anything. When you drop it into your hand, you will probably only feel the coolness or the warmth of the item, but the item won't have any weight. Okay, it's very lightweight. The key is one of those small keys that goes into like a teenager's diary. So if you've ever seen one of those like teen diaries that has a tiny little lock on it, and then there's a tiny little silver key that goes in that and turns it, it's one of those keys. I don't even think that that key would fit on my key ring. I think it's so small, the hole isn't big enough to fit on my key ring. So you're getting very small, very lightweight items. Take care of them, do not lose them, okay? What's the video like? How's the overall quality? Well, of course it's Murphy's Magic, so it's gonna be awesome. It's all done in studio with good lighting and good mics. As far as what you get, they talk about what you get. There's some live performances. There's several actually, which are fun to watch. And then they're gonna cover the basic routine, basically what I described to you. And they'll walk through each one of those various stages, whether it's appearing or vanishing. So they'll talk to you about how to make the chain appear, how to make the key vanish, how to do a chain and key transpo where they switch places. There's some additional routines with money and salt and additional keys. They're gonna do tricks with the little red envelope that's included. And all of that takes you to about the 48-minute mark. And then there's a second video, which is only about 15 minutes. And it's 10 minutes more of some additional routine ideas and storage tips. Pocket space, like I was saying, it's really small. It's all really small. And the gimmick, like a raven, you can wear on your person without detection. So you wouldn't need to worry about going somewhere and setting it back up, although you would probably want to do this first. So if you're going to walk out and do repo, you would probably do repo first and then go into your routines, because you're going to want to ditch the gimmick. It's not something you would leave on your person for a long period of time, but you could walk up to them with it set up, ready to go. So yeah, so and that really covers setup as well, right? You're going to do a little bit of prep in advance to get into your get ready, and then you're off. Angles are really nice. They're really nice angles, because even when you're hiding things up against your chest like this. So really, there's not that much distance between my hands and my body. So I'm able to hide things. It's almost like coin magic, really. You know, when you're able to palm a coin in your hand, you think about angles, right? Palming something in your hand you get a lot of angles. So there's a lot of angle coverage with this as well. But as far as inspectability goes, the easy way to do the trick is to not have anything inspected. That's the easy way to do it. The other way would just be to do some sort of switch and hand the dummy out. And they'll talk to you about that. Slides and difficulty level, it's not that hard, but it is a ballet, right? It is a dance. So the routine isn't contingent on the spectator. They're not making choices, right? They're not saying they're picking anything. So you're just performing this for them as a routine. So you're gonna practice this as a routine, okay? And you're gonna practice this in the mirror. You're gonna practice this in front of somebody who's gonna be honest with you about flashing, because you can flash, okay? You can flash. So just like you would with anything that you're palming, keeping in your hands, I would just be very wary of flashing, even though you have good angles, okay? You do have good angles, but you could still flash, of course. Positives are it's very, very unique, very original. It reminds me of, you know, the old Jay Sankey trick with having the key and throwing it onto the string and it appears on the string. Jay does all that with sleight of hand and no gimmicks. So it kind of reminds me of that, but it's way more magical looking, right? In this one, you don't even, you can tell that there's no sleight of hand because of how graceful it is. And if you want to do it as graceful as Tobias, then of course you're going to need to practice. This takes a lot of practice to get down right. I'm saying it's easy. It is easy. It is. But it'll still take practice. You're not going to just go out and perform this same day. No way. No way. I can't say anything negative about it. I mean, if I were going to say, oh, the chain is inexpensive, the key is small and inexpensive, but it has to be. It needs to be in order for it to be lightweight. Okay, you want it to be lightweight and yet still have its properties. So, and the tutorial's wonderful because it's Murphy's Magic and they always make great tutorials. What I would do is make sure that you watch all the reviews. Everybody who's posted a review, if you're thinking about buying this, don't just go off my review, watch everybody else's and see what they have to say, and then weigh and balance and ask yourself, is this something that I would perform? Is this something that I would do? And then visit your favorite Murphy's Magic dealer, $60. Big huge thanks to Tobias Dostal and everyone down at Murphy's, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.